Hey everybody, Greg Beaker with GB Feeds, and I want to talk to you about why it is so important to start feeding your deer right now versus waiting until maybe May or June or July to give them the protein and the supplemental feeding. So think about this like a nutritionalist or a cattle rancher. You want your animals to come out of the hardest time of the year in the best possible condition to maximize their results in the spring and summer. To do that, they need access to protein, to fats, to vitamins, and in minerals. And if they don't have any of those, there's a deficiency, which means the food that they take in the summer will go to replenishing that deficiency. Well, if you can put them in a better spot going into the summer and the spring, all of a sudden the antlers explode. So with that in mind, I want to show you right now what these deer have to feed on. All right, so here's the green wheat. As you can see, we just didn't really get a very good stand of it. It was so dry going into the winter, and we got a little bit to come up, but normally this is a heavy food source for them in the winter, and there's really just nothing out here for them to eat. So jumping over to the Milo, as you can see, it's pretty bare too. A lot of our farmers here in Kansas had to fence this off and graze it for their cattle just because they didn't have anything for their cows to eat. So if you get down here, I mean, you can find a little bit of something, but it's pretty tough to find anything for these deer to eat out here. So same story with the corn over here. As you can see, they've got cattle out on this one like they do in a lot of places. And what they're doing is they're just letting the cows clean up anything that was left over by the combine, which isn't much after this year's crop, and clean up any of the leaves off the stalk for roughage to kind of fill them up and really just keep these cattle going through the winter. So here's our pastures, and the pastures across a lot of the state of Kansas. It's ugly, but it's true. I mean, really, grass is limited. What is there has been grazed down, and we missed those late spring and summer rains last year, which really put our pastures in a bad spot. And once these pastures freeze up and turn brown, there's really nothing out here for the deer of any nutritional value. So as you crack open a bag of buck chow, you're gonna notice we specifically designed this to give your deer the protein content, the minerals, and the total fats that they need to be successful. So whole grains, high protein grains, including roasted soybeans, 12% fat, 40% protein. We've got Real Results protein pellets in here, made by us, specifically designed to give your deer calcium, phosphorus, and additional protein boost up to 20%. So everything in this bag has a reason to be to put your deer in a successful position to give you the maximum antler growth this summer.